be live on YouTube. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. All right. We are live on YouTube. How's everyone doing today? How are you all doing? Welcome to another episode of Navigating the Modern World with Eli, the Walking with Purpose live edition. Live from Red Morton Park, and it's a little chilly tonight. It's 60 degrees. It's probably about 59 or 58 right now. So starting to get a little chilly. I'm going to have to start bundling up soon because I guess the cold weather is starting to finally hit the San Francisco Bay Area. hmm I think somebody's trying to yell at me. What's your YouTube? Why do they assume it's YouTube? Why do they assume that? It could be TikTok, it could be Twitch, it could be YouTube, which is what it is. Yeah, some people just really like to be, let's be kind at the beginning of the show, poop disturbers, right? Some people like to just stir the pot intentionally because it entertains them and keeps them occupied from realizing how miserable they are, right? It's okay. That's why I'm here. I'm here to help people cure the misery blues, right? That's what it's all about, right? Now, give me a second. I'll be right back. All right, we are back live. We are back live. Sorry about that. Just had to check something real quick. So this is episode number 859, and today we're going to be discussing overcoming a fragile mindset. One more time, today we're going to be discussing overcoming a fragile mindset. Now, I firmly believe that every human being at one point or another has struggled with having a fragile mindset. I know I used to struggle with that in my younger days. At 50 years old, I don't struggle with it as much. I mean, now, everyone's going to relapse at times. We're all going to have moments, no matter how far we've come along with our individual personal development journeys, no matter how strong we've become, right? And no matter, how nice and good we try to be, we're going to have our moments, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. But what I'm here to help people try to understand, and hopefully totally understand at some point, is that if you're... Go ahead. When people rapidly walk up behind you really fast, it's something that I pay attention to, like especially if they weren't behind you. Now that dude was just probably walking, but it looked like he came out of nowhere. What I'm here to do is help people understand that if you have a continuous fragile mindset regarding every aspect of life all day, every day, you're not going to be able to enjoy life. You're going to be very sad, depressed. You're probably going to have anxiety. You're probably feeling miserable. And because of all that constant behavior all day, every day, no one's going to really want to be around that type of negativity. You're going to be lonely as well, which is going to make you more depressed, more anxious, and more miserable, right? It's a compounding effect, right? But every single one of you out there that may be struggling with this type of mindset can easily turn it around. You can easily change your mindset. Give me a second. You can easily change your mindset, right? People with a fragile ego typically have unresolved trauma stemming back to their childhood, or a breakup of a relationship, or a divorce, a nasty divorce. They've experienced not getting their way many times. And after going through not getting their way a certain amount of times, they recognize it as a pattern. And it starts to affect these people in the way they see themselves, right? A lot of these people will lack self-love. They'll lack self-respect. And most importantly, like I've been saying all along, they'll lack self-worth, right? Give me a second, I'll be right back. All right, we're back live. Now, I've seen this happen a lot out here on YouTube. And since we're out here on YouTube, I can share my thoughts about what I've seen out here. I don't have to mention any names to do that. But I've seen many creators, along with many communities, the audience of some creators. I've seen a lot of these people have a very fragile mindset, right? And from what I've seen, it creates irrational behavior, right? It creates unreasonable behavior, right? And one of the things that deters people that are in this mindset, this fragile mindset, one of the things that really affects these people is the way they're coming off, like I said, is making people not want to be around them. And these people that have this fragile mindset are fighting everyone and everything because they feel that they're a victim when they're really not. If anything, these types of people are a victim of themselves because the only opinion of yourself that really matters is your own. The only opinion of yourself that really matters is your own. I used to have a very fragile ego, like I said, or a fragile mindset. Or I used to have very little tolerance for things which would make me overreact. Now, I still have zero tolerance for bullshit. But I'm a lot stronger in the ways that I handle these situations. I can easily ignore and not let it affect me mentally, emotionally, etc., right? So, it's not that this stuff, isn't going to affect you or bother you. It's how you handle it, right? It's how you handle the way other people treat you or talk about you, right? And there are people out there that intentionally are trying to upset you, especially on social media, to try to get a reaction from you and use you for content. But even before the days of social media, people were doing that in the real world. Because immature, insecure, mentally and emotionally unstable people with a fragile mindset, a fragile ego, in many cases, these people feel like they need to crawl under people's skin and say and do things to people that upset them. And this is the way they feel they can gain control over people and gain control over their life because it makes them feel better. To get other people to react, go crazy, and these people try to knock you down to their level, right? That's what they're doing, right? And you don't have to let them do that. You don't. You don't have to let people do that to you, right? And it's easier said than done. It's easier said than done because I'll tell you this. In my younger days, and I've mentioned this in different ways in the past, but I'll say it again according to today's topic. In the past, I had a very fragile mindset, a very fragile ego. I had, no tolerance even for a joke. Like if people were joking, and it involved me especially, it would offend me, right? And, whenever I get offended, people will be like, come on, dude, it's not a big deal. We're just joking, dude. Lighten up, man. And they're exactly right. Lighten the fuck up, right? To people out there that have a fragile mindset, I hate to say it, the people that are saying lighten up, all right, lighten up a little bit. Doesn't mean you have to put your guard down completely, right? It doesn't mean that you completely change the way you are. But you got to get it out of your head that everybody's out to get you. Because the majority of people aren't out to get you. Hey, Tia, welcome to the show. Right? There are a few people every now and then that are going to attack you and say things to you as an attempt to kick you down to their level so they feel better, right? And if you let those few people every now and then do that to you, you're going to be affecting yourself from having great relationships with the majority of people that would normally want to be around you. But normal, decent, down to earth people that would normally want to be around you are not going to want to be around you if you have such a fragile mindset and fragile ego to the point of where they have to walk around or walk on eggshells around you, which is what I'm trying to say. You never want to make people feel like they have to walk on eggshells. Right? How's your night going, Tia? It's great to see you here. I'm only going to be doing 2 laps tonight. I got out here pretty late again. By the way, folks, I don't know if you can see on the screen, YouTube was talking about this for a little while. It was in beta testing, but it finally hit my channel here. There are now super chat goals. You can see that in the chat. And if you click on the super chat goals, basically I have a goal set. I believe the goal is $25. It's 5 people at $25. And if we hit that goal today during this show, then Dawn will come out of her sabbatical, her break from YouTube, and do a pre-recorded video with me on the main channel. Probably be about 30 minutes long or 20 minutes long, something like that. And we'll probably end up setting goals like that. And people really want to, see Dawn and myself do a few pre-recorded videos between now and the end of the year. Please donate to the cause. Because, Dawn has said before, I don't work for free. I don't blame her for saying that. Not many people want to work for free. I don't blame her at all. Most people won't work for free. I, on the other hand, will work for free to build something and show tremendous value for a long period of time so people get to know, like, and trust me, and then down the road is when, people can start paying if they want. Some people are donating now. Some people are still getting to know me. They're getting to know us. And that's the way I like to do things. But most people don't work for free. So I want to respect my lady's wishes. If you folks want to see Dawn and I do a show, it's going to take $5 super chats to do it. Not even a show. It'll be a pre-recorded video that's going to last, like I said, 20 to 30 minutes. But that's more than you're going to get from Dawn. Until the new year. So, or it would be more than you would get from Dawn until the new year. But it's not required. No worries. Either way, the show will go on with me. And Dawn will definitely be back at some point in the new year. Early new year, probably first or second week of the new year. Who knows? We might do a New Year's Eve video or stream or something. Tia says she's doing good. Great to hear that, Tia. Great to hear that. I should have probably put my jacket on tonight. The thing I hate about when it gets cold is it stiffens up your muscles. And that's why you got to bundle up when it's cold, keep your core warm, keep your body warm so it runs optimally. I know there are some people that, they're trolling on soccer accounts saying, hey, show us proof that Don is okay. Well, send 5 super chats at $5 and we'd be happy to do that. How was your day? It was great. Don and I had a lot to do. We had a lot to do. And, we've gone public on this. It doesn't matter. Mondays are her therapy sessions with her therapist by phone. And we had some errands to run. Working on a lot of things behind the scenes for the GNA. Just a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff. We're not talking about everything publicly, at least not yet. But yeah, it was eventful to the point of where I just got a chance to come out here and walk in the dark, Tia. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, people with a fragile mindset, not only are you going to affect yourself from succeeding at anything, relationships, marriages, running a business, etc., right? Friendships, whatever, right? Having a fragile mindset, it's very frustrating for people to deal with you and want to be around you, like I've been saying, right? And people that are in this mindset are stuck in this mindset. And a lot of these people come off very selfish. They want everything done their way. And there's just no flexibility, right? And these people could be nice people otherwise, but they just can't get past this mindset, right? They just can't get past it. And anyone that tries to come in, such as myself, and tries to reason with someone that's in this mindset, it's like you're spinning your wheels, right? It's like you're spinning your wheels.
Sandwich for Samantha.
To the people that have a fragile mindset, what's the best way to overcome it? How do you overcome a fragile mindset? Again, if you can't learn to love yourself, have self-love, self-respect, self-appreciation, and if you don't know what your self-worth is, nothing's ever going to change. You got to realize your self-worth And you got to have self-love deep within, no matter what. Until you get there, nothing else really matters. It's not going to turn around for you, right? And I've encountered many people in life that have this fragile mindset or fragile ego, or they are so fragile that they can't take any jokes, and it's really hard being around them, right? I've encountered many of these people, many of them. And I've talked to them. I said, do you have self-love? Yeah, I have self-love. They tell me, these people, they tell me that they have self-love, but they act like they're very fragile, which tells me they're lying. And like I've said before, I'll say it again. When it comes to self-help and personal development, I don't care if people lie to me. You can lie to me all you want. That's not going to affect how I feel about myself and how I spend my days, and it's not going to affect my happiness. You're lying to yourself. The worst thing you can do, even worse than lying to other people, is lying to yourself. Because if you're lying to yourself to put a pacifier on the issue, you're never going to solve it. You're never going to resolve the issue. Over the years, more so back in the days than recently, I haven't been on any live stream panels or run live stream panels. I used to run a lot of live stream panels years ago on YouTube, and I used to go on other people's live stream panels. And I never encountered so many people with such a fragile ego. You know what the funny thing is? The funny thing is that men nowadays have more fragile egos than women do. So how would you consider the difference between fragile and sensitive? Well, in my opinion, Tia, there are different levels of sensitivity. I think to a certain extent, everyone that's a normal human being is going to be sensitive to... I'm just waiting for this car to go because these cars fly around here. Sensitive matters are going to affect any normal, decent human being in a sensitive way. But I feel there are some people that are overly sensitive, right? So having a fragile ego, in my opinion, is equivalent to someone that's overly sensitive. Like, you can't sit there and judge and hold people accountable for normal human being traits, characteristics, etc., expressions, right? Feelings, right? So, to a certain extent, having a bad day, being a little sensitive, being a little frustrated, right? That's all normal, right? Everyone's going to feel that, but if you let it consume you, and you let it get to the point of where you're overly sensitive and you're extremely frustrated and you're overreacting, right? That's when it becomes unhealthy, and that's when it affects you. It's amazing how many people walk at night in the dark. During the daytime, whenever I've walked, whether it's summer or winter, because during the summer the days are longer, Some people don't come out and walk until nighttime. There are more people coming over there. Maybe it's because some people like to walk after dinner. I don't know. Could be the time of day too, you know. People still driving home from work. Some days are busier than others. It is what it is. All right. I think we're in the clear now. Yeah, you know, Tia, I'm sure you've heard everything within moderation. No problem. Even having some sweets with sugar with moderation, once you're at a healthy weight level, is okay. Right? So like I said, you know, reacting a little bit here and there within reason, within moderation is normal. Overreacting, being overly sensitive, right? People that have a fragile ego or a fragile mindset, that's how they behave. Does that make sense? Or that's what I was kind of thinking. Fragile is, like you said, afraid to say it is wrong and they can't handle it. Well, right. A lot of people that are fragile, Tia, even if you're trying to legitimately and sincerely help them out of the kindness of your heart, from the bottom of your heart, right? Sometimes their mindset's so fragile that you trying to help them makes them feel like you're being condescending towards them, right? And that's what makes what I do frustrating. There are a lot of people that react in that way. But their reactions tell me one thing, Tia. Their reactions tell me that my assessment of them is spot on. And their reactions also tell me that they really need help more than anyone. They're just not ready for it, right? And like I was talking about yesterday, anyone that has started to love, appreciate, and enjoy personal development initially thought it was a scam. There's not a person on the planet that is born to love personal development type of content. It's an acquired taste that everyone should acquire, right? And I didn't acquire that taste for loving personal development until I was in my mid-30s. I used to think it was a scam up until my mid-30s. That's 15 years ago, right? Imagine had I started to appreciate, respect, and love personal development, and I started working on myself through self-help content and stuff like that in my teens and early 20s, there'd be a big difference to where I would be today. Be a big difference. And by the way, dude, if you want to keep trolling every day, in the meantime that you're not creating actual content, I mean, whatever, dude. The same old lather, rinse, repeat shit that you've always done. You're also still creating videos of me on sock accounts. It's the same thing, man. A lot of the same videos or same formats, same fonts. I had a person make a comment yesterday saying, just don't talk about these people, don't feed in them. I don't care. Doesn't matter whether I talk about them or not. If I want to talk about them and show the rest of the world how dumb some people are or how obsessed some people are, that's my prerogative to do so. I can do it and share a lesson at the same time. It's one guy at the forefront of all of this, and everyone else is a minion that's been a part of this person's, crowd out here on YouTube. Let's put it that way. Instead of coming out here and trolling, come back and make content, dude. Do live streams, do the rebroadcasts. But to come out here and troll and try to derail my stream, you're not derailing shit. You're not. You think you are. You're being used as an example right now. You, sir, have a fragile mindset. You do. And that's okay, because I've been there in the past and I know how it feels. And I can relate to how you're feeling based on how I've felt in similar ways in the past, but I've overcome all that. You have not. But you can change at any point that you decide to change. That's on you. You want to make it your life's mission to keep putting out content on Dawn and streams from the past where my woman had some moments for many different reasons that we're not going to get into now. Her and I may talk about that down the road. You want to talk about the same old shit regarding, where are your testimonials or clients and this and that. And to anyone that wants to comment here and say, why feed into it? Because I fucking feel like it. Because sometimes, no matter how nice you are, no matter how much you ignore, some people never stop, like this motherfucker never stops. And he needs a piece of my mind and other people's mind to deflate his ego a little bit. Right? Go spend time with your lady who's supposedly having a birthday today, sir. Instead of trolling me on YouTube. You're the one trolling me, dude. You're the one that's trolling me, dude. Dude, what I really want you to do is just go away. Because you're like a creepy, obsessive stalker, dude. And here's the thing. If you want to keep on coming in here on sock accounts and trolling me, everyone knows it's you, dude. Even your own people know it's you. There was even a woman that her and her husband call themselves a type of snake, right? And the woman snake even mentioned in the comments section somewhere that when you were trolling in here the other night, she said it sounds like you. So everyone knows it's you, dude. You're the one that's been trolling me more than anyone. You're the one that's had every single hat invested in keeping the Eli cringe content going because it's made you more money than anything you've ever made in your life, dude. I've made you my intellectual property, my name, my likeness has made you more money than anything, dude, and you can't let it go. I've let it go. I'm moving on. You're being used for example purposes. And we're going to continue growing this with the right people. And if you want to keep trolling every fucking day here, dude, instead of spending time over the internet on a phone call or a video chat with your supposed internet girlfriend who has a birthday today, dude, then honestly, dude, I don't know what to tell you. I think you like me more than you like her. Right? If that's not the case, and I'm not saying that romantically, dude, because I'm not implying anything there, but what I'm saying is I think that you enjoy watching my streams and hearing what I say and trying to spin what I say into something funny. I think you enjoy that more than the time you spend with her. So instead of trolling me, dude, just come back, go live, do what you always do, play my stream, and talk about it. Instead of coming here and trolling, dude, that's pathetic. It is. You have a very fragile ego and a fragile mindset, and I'm not saying that to be rude. I'm saying that because you can't let things go. Like if you were a strong individual, a strong person, you had a strong mindset, you'd be able to let things go and move on, but you just can't let it go. It's okay, man. It's okay, man. At the end of the day, like I've always said, in life, you only get back what you put out. What you put out, you get back, right? You're only going to get treated the way you treat others, right? Treat others the way you want to be treated. You think all this stuff is stupid. You think all these proverbs and these sayings are stupid. But deep down inside, you know that's the truth. And you're struggling with it because you're struggling with self-love, right? Whether you have a girlfriend or not, it's an internet girlfriend. Listen, dude, no disrespect, you know. You want to date someone, do what you got to do, right? But this internet stuff with someone clear across the country from where you're at, that's not a real relationship, dude. That's just somebody to talk to. That's like having a therapist, right? And the one thing that I've learned through Coach Corey Wayne and just in general is that women don't want to be your therapist. Women don't respect men that they have to fix, right? Women want a man that's already stable and sound and ready to go. I'm not saying the perfect man, no one's perfect. But a woman does not want to be your therapist. Now, once you're in a relationship, you know, there's nothing wrong with discussing issues that arise while you're in the relationship. Because, you know, you deal with issues. And dude, if you want to keep coming in here and getting a nickel's worth of free advice, dude, like the saying goes in Back to the Future, let me give you a nickel's worth of free advice, right? If you want to keep doing that, that's fine, dude. And honestly, I don't care if you make more money than me. I don't care if you get more views than me. I don't care if you feel your pee-pee's bigger than mine. I don't care if you feel your family's better than mine or your girlfriend's better than mine. See, dude, here's the thing. You're thinking that you're coming here and derailing my show, and no, you're not. Actually, you're, and I'm not patting you on the back for this, you're unintentionally providing value to my show in ways that you don't want to accept or understand. You're providing value by showing your erratic behavior. The fact that you're here investing time trying to say how much better you are than me, even if you're just doing that to try to just poke the bear for a reaction for your future content, you're investing time in something stupid in general, man. And dude, again, I don't care to compare myself to you in any way. I don't compare myself to anyone. And I'm not telling people to compare themselves to others. Many people do compare themselves to others. I don't think that's the right way to do it. Like I've said before, I don't believe in competing with other YouTubers or competing with other men in anything. Now, sporting events, that's a different story. But I'm not here to compete with any guy and say, oh, my girlfriend's hotter than you, I make more money than you, my car is better than you, my house is better than you. I mean, come on, dude. That's all you do, dude. You've been comparing yourself to me for 6.5 years. And even if you're going to come back and say, oh, I was just playing to get a reaction from you. No, you're not, dude. Honestly, I think you really have this complex to the point of where you feel the need to compare yourself to me. You feel the need to compare yourself to someone where you can go out and say, I'm better than this person in every way. And the fact that your woman is okay with you projecting this hard, because you are. You're going to come up and try to say this is just for fun, just playful teasing to antagonize you, and you can ignore it. Sure, I can, but no. I'm not going to, because I'm going to call it the way I see it. This is your way of filling in a void in your life. You're lonely and miserable at home, and your girlfriend is an internet girlfriend that lives far away, and you don't get to see her all the time. And you've got a lot of time on your hands because you're trying to figure out what you want to do since your YouTube gig is pretty much up. Right? And I don't care, dude. I don't care to address you. I don't care to talk to you. But if you're going to come here and troll, then I'm going to call it as I see it. And I'm going to tell you, dude, that, hey, I've risen above it. You don't affect me anymore in any way, shape, or form. You don't. I had to figure out what you were doing first, because you're very manipulative, and so are many people in your community. And if that's the way you folks want to live your lives and treat people and handle your business, that's on you, man. That's on you. If you've noticed, I don't have time to even go live as much from the studio anymore. And you know what? I'm not out here. I was never out here ever to trash people. All I was doing all this time at times was calling you people out. And I don't do that often anymore either. Maybe sometimes every now and then on these walks. But I scaled back because I've got more important things in my real life, in the real world, that require my attention and I want to give my attention to. Yes, one of them is my girlfriend. And then my family. And some other things that I'm not going to mention. There's a cop in the parking lot when I pulled in. The cop is no longer there, but there are a few cops on the other side. Well, I love it when the cops are here. It's all good, you know. It's all good when they're here, you know. They keep the park a safer place. Folks, the way to overcome this mindset give me a second. All right, we're back live. We're back live. Sorry about that. I had to check something real quick. The way to overcome this mindset, this fragile mindset that you may have, again, is to just look at yourself in the mirror and tell yourself that, okay, I'm tired of not loving myself. I'm tired of projecting my insecurities onto other people. Right? I'm tired of doing stupid shit to try to poke fun at other people or harm other people because I've been doing that as a way to cure my blues and entertain myself so I can keep my mind off my misery, right? You got to get to the point of where nothing phases you. You got to get to the point of where you understand that most of the stuff people say about you is either not true, and even if what they're saying is partially true or completely true, and you made mistakes, so the fuck what? Everyone makes mistakes, and these people that are calling out your mistakes have probably made more mistakes than you ever have, and are probably currently making a ton of mistakes while at the same time accusing you of what they're accusing you of. Like I said, I used to have a fragile mindset, a fragile ego. And everything used to bother me. And I'll tell you this, when I first came out here on YouTube doing this semi-full time, 6 to 7 years ago, YouTube, this, doing this full time as a real creator was new to me. And I'd been on the platform before doing other things, but I never created at an actual creator level. And I've dealt with some of the most antagonistic, immature, insecure, and unstable people in the world, and I allowed these people to trigger me. And my mindset during that time, only on YouTube, was very fragile. And then I learned to understand that I need to treat YouTube like I do the real world. Don't let this shit get to me. And that's when I turned it around. You have to want to turn things around for them to start turning around. You have to hold yourself accountable. You got to look at yourself in the mirror and tell yourself, I'm tired of not loving myself. I'm tired of not valuing myself or devaluing myself. People that I'm going to wrap up by saying this. People that constantly antagonize people and harass people and are telling you things like this guy is, you will never be me. You will never win. I will always win between you and I. People that do that have a serious inferiority complex. Or maybe it's a superiority complex, right? They feel inferior, but they have the superiority complex, which is a better way to put it, right? It's a superiority complex because they feel inferior and they have to try to upset you by saying, I will always win. I will always make more money than you. I will always have a hotter girlfriend than you. I will always have this that's better than you and that's better than you. When you get to the point of where things don't faze you, right? Give me a second. Hold on. Now, when you get to the point of where things don't faze you and you no longer have a fragile mindset, right? It doesn't matter what anyone says or does. You're always going to be able to overcome it at some point. Now, some things, no matter how positive you are still going to take longer to overcome than others, but eventually you will overcome everything. And, just don't give up on yourself. Don't let these types of people that have a fragile ego and a fragile mindset, don't let them beat you down so much with their projections of their insecurities to the point of where you give up on what you're passionate about and what your purpose is about. Just like with myself. I can say this one thing to you, sir, and again, I don't owe you anything. You don't owe me anything, but I'm going to say what I want to say, right? I'm a content creator, and I can create whatever the fuck I want to create, right? What I will say to you, sir, I don't know. Should I even say this? Nah, it's okay. It's not even worth saying it. Not a big deal. Not a big deal. It is what it is. Tia, thank you so much for being here. My Online 365, thank you so much for being here. Tomorrow, I got another busy day. Already scheduled busy. I got some stuff to do with Dawn, some family stuff with my family, and it's just, I'm probably going to end up doing another late walk or try to get out to the trail before it gets dark. Life's been getting busy lately. I found a good woman that I love and I care for. And between her and my family and other things, my days are packed. But I'll tell you this. No matter how packed my days are, right? I wouldn't give it up for the world. I wouldn't give it up for the world. When you truly find someone that you're compatible with. You accept them for who they are and everything that comes along with them. And that's how I feel about my woman. She has her moments. I have my moments. I think there are times where, she's overreacted due to the topic we're talking about here. But she's made strides to change that. And I think in the new year, or when you see her next time, whenever, she decides to make content, obviously nobody supported our goal here today, which is not a problem. We'll try again tomorrow. We'll keep trying. And when we hit our goal, then she'll do a show before the new year. But if not, it'll be after the new year. And you're going to see some amazing things that Dawn has accomplished for herself. I'm very proud of her, right? She's going to be the example. She's going to be one of the best examples of no matter what you're going through and struggling with in life, no matter how hard it is, you can overcome everything. And I don't know how much she'll be willing to share and stuff. That's going to be up to her. I'm not going to push her to do anything. But what I can tell you is if she does decide to share, a lot of people will learn. A lot of people will learn. I think her story is very important to share, even at this point. Anyway, time to go, folks. Thank you again, Tia. Tia says, thanks, Eli. Everyone, thanks for being here. Yeah, you're welcome. Have a good one. Take care. And as always, be good to each other. We're ending the show at 1 hour and 2 minutes, 62 minutes. Good night, everyone.